Alright, this was your bonus question on perimeter. I gave you the length of a couple different sides, and I needed you to find the perimeter. I think we already know from the elementary school that perimeter is the distance around any closed figure or any polygon. In this case, we're dealing with a hexagon because there's 6 sides to this object. And we learned a new formula today, but you also remember last year that side plus side, or however many sides there are, if you add them all up together, it equals the total distance around any shape. And that's what you always need to find when you're working with perimeter. Now, I gave you a couple different measurements. I gave you the length here, which is 12 feet. I gave you the width of 4 feet from here to here, and I gave you the length here, which is 5 feet from here to here, and the width from here to here, which is also 5 feet. Now, we know a total of 4 different measurements. We need 2 more measurements to help us determine the total perimeter of this object in feet. So let's look here. We know because this is going up and down, this is called width, and we know that because this is going from side to side, this is called length. So up and down is width. Whenever you're trying to find the width of one side of a polygon, you can look at the other widths that are given. So I have a width that is right here of 5 feet and a width here that is 4 feet. Let's go back up to the 5. If I draw a dotted line across my polygon, I know that this distance from here to here is, from here to here, is 5 feet. If I drag my fingers across, I now know my distance from here to here will also be 5 feet. That will not change. Now, I also know that my width from here to here is 4 feet. Once again, if I slide all the way across my polygon, I know that the width of this measurement will also be 4 feet. I now have enough information to figure out what the width of this side would be. And if I find the sum of 5 and 4, I now know that it will be a total of 9 feet. I don't have enough room to label here, so I'm not going to try, but you should know that this is in feet, 9 feet. Okay, so I now know the width of this side here, and this side here. I have one missing side, and this side would happen to be a length. Because it's going from side to side, we know its length. Well, let's go back to the other lengths that we already know. I know the length from here to here happens to be 12 feet, this whole distance. And I know that the length from here to here happens to be 5. We can use this information to determine the length of this side here. If I know this whole total is 12, if I slid all the way down my polygon, I know the distance from here to about out here would also be 12. So this whole dotted line plus this line would equal 12 feet. Why? Because it equals 12 feet down here. I also know that the distance here is 5 feet. And if I move all the way from here to here, this is 5 feet. I could slide up. I know that this section from here to here would be 5 feet. I only need to know this side here. And if I'm given a length of 12, I know that my answer here is going to be smaller than 12. So if I know that this whole distance is 12 and this section is 5, all I have to do is take 12 minus 5 to get my missing side. And I know that it would equal 7 feet. I now have enough information to find the length that is missing of all my sides, and I also have enough information to give me my total perimeter. I know that I have 9 plus 12 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7. And I know that 12 plus 4 is 16. I know that 16 plus 5 is 21. I know that 21 plus 7 is 28. And I know that 28 plus 9 happens to equal 37. So my total answer would be 37. And the measurement unit that I'm using happens to be feet.